We were featuring in this hour. This is special, and we don't do firelight all the time at QVC because obviously easier than waiting billions of years for diamonds to form, but it still takes a while to get the stock because it does have to be created under those same conditions that nature created itself. Now we have a special feature price here. Instead of nearly £1,000, £750. These are wonderful, and you still get those 6 easy payments and your 60-day money-back guarantee. And this is one of the newest designs. I love it.
Looks stunning on your finger. This is a really exciting one because obviously not only do we have diamonds, we have rubies here. So you've got 2 of the big 4 precious gemstones. And just so you know, those diamonds obviously are lab grown. The rubies you have here are mined. These are naturally mined ruby stones, which is phenomenal. And that colour is intense. They are passionate. You have so much working together here. The same cut, so you've got princess cut on both of those stones, but you'll see the difference here. The way that those diamonds have been cut is all about maximising that light and that fire, whereas with the ruby, it's about really bringing out that intensity of colour.
The quality of the rubies
here.
Oh,
they are, honestly, they are something else.
I honestly thought you were going to say that these ones were also lab grown.
I checked. I have to say I checked that.
Because you would think so, wouldn't you? Because that colour is
and the price point
luscious.
particularly.
Sometimes they can be so deep that you almost can't tell they're red.
They can, and this is from the corundum family, so when we have our rubies and we have our sapphires, they're sisters, they can suffer from something called masking. So they can either become so intense they almost look black, for want of a better word actually, or they can have something within there which is called masking. So you get a very, very sort of dull, flat tone. As it is, you can see quite clearly here from those rubies, we can say obviously that they are red, but there's so much more. You've got these flashes of fuchsias that are really lifting and elevating the colour of those stones. And we do see these as the regal stones. I think, you know, when you're looking for a ruby, it's got to be red. It's got to be instantly sort of identified as what the gemstone is. And there's very few actually, when we talk about historic gemstones, if we talk about the crown jewels, there's actually very few when we think about rubies. A lot of you might say, oh, there's the Timor ruby in the British state crown. It's not a ruby at all, it's actually a big spinel gemstone.
Really?
Yes, looks huge, but actually it's not. But you can see that. I love this. Whether you're, again, whatever you're going for in terms of the 9-carat yellow gold here, I do think that marriage, that friendship we're talking about, of course, it's all about the luxury and warmth of that yellow gold with the passion and heat of those rubies. It's just the perfect marriage.
That's wonderful. I really love it.
Isn't it?
There's something about the geometry again of the piece that really thrills me. Over 3/4 of the entire stock on this one has gone, and on this particular ring, wow, look at that. We do not have any advanced order stock. Oh, look at that. And so often with rubies, they are cut into round shapes. These are considered fancy shapes.
You don't see them that very often at all, this shape, or natural rubies either.
I honestly did just get chills then, looking at that and thinking how special this is. Now, we are moving on to our diamond studs. Real diamonds, remember. I know I keep reiterating that, but I think when you first hear it, it took me a few times of hearing it, and I know some of my colleagues have thought, are they real though? Yes. They are real diamonds. They've just been created in a lab under the same conditions that nature would have done, except it doesn't take billions of years, and there's a lot of the stages that we can cut out, so that means cutting out some of the cost.
Totally, and a huge amount. And I completely appreciate it. We all have different tastes, different sort of feelings about our jewellery, and there will be some people out there, some purists that will want their mined diamonds, and I totally understand that. But for many of us, as I said, we're having to look at different ways of bringing these beautiful pieces and these stones to you. And we've been trying to perfect this since about the 1950s. It was much earlier than that, if I'm totally honest with you, but seriously, we're talking about the 50s with General Electric. And we were still seeing a lot of yellow, sort of brownish stones, and it was actually much more recently, sort of into the 2000s, that it was really seen as being perfected. So we couldn't tell the difference in terms of that colour tone. We'd got that brilliance, we'd got that ice-wise brilliant reflections from the stones. And you'll see here, you've got the 2 choices, so whether you go for that lovely princess cut that I know you're adoring this evening, Catherine, or whether you want to go for that classic round, it will tell you on your own authenticity card what you've got, which piece you've gone for, your carat weight again, and your colour and clarity. Don't forget H for colour, great, that's near colourless. It's only one step away from the top colour grading. And again, to see, I know it's
mind-blowing,
it
really
really is.
If you know your jewellery, I think that you will have these in your basket. You'll probably be headed to the checkout right now.
Yeah.
Because look at the saving as well, nearly £1,000 off the regular price. This is a special feature price, so it won't be there forever. And the 6 easy payments are only up until midnight tomorrow as a part of our friendship event, which is really lovely. I didn't even know there was an International Friendship Day, so I
didn't.
really
It's
like
lovely,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, I love that we're celebrating it. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I think QVC is going to be your best friend getting these prices on real diamonds. Now, let's just remind you of our incredible today's special value. Remember, it is a breathtaking 5-stone diamond ring crafted from shining platinum. And these are gorgeous oval cuts as well. So they really elongate the finger. They're very elegant, very different, and considered a fancy cut stone as well. So it could be that maybe you're marking a milestone. Maybe you're showing someone that you care about them. Maybe this is one that you know at Christmas, no one knows what to get you and think, I'm going to get this for myself now. And then when people ask me what I want for Christmas, I'll say, if you want to make a contribution towards that ring, it'll be partly from you.
Definitely. Well, it's my 50th September, so 50th, 5 stones. Perfect
50
example,
does not
really,
look
isn't it?
how 50 used to look, does it?
No, I don't think so.
Fantastic,
Oh,
I have
bless
to say.
you, thank you.
Now, 352580, 600 orders already. Wow, it's been hugely popular, set into beautiful platinum, which is the same metal that when you think about some of the very famous people, we think about some of the royal collections, we think about Elvis and Priscilla Presley also exchanged platinum bands, didn't they?
Absolutely. It tends to be the Hollywood choice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it ages so beautifully.
Yeah, and so timeless too. So 1,350, way better than half price and no P&P. Now it is time to have a look at this. Oh, I do love that. I mean, there's nothing in this hour that I don't love, quite frankly. It's all stunning. You're getting 1.5 carats of real diamonds here. You've got your authenticity cards there to prove it. Only a few sizes though, M, N, O, P, Q and R. And we do have 6 easy payments here as well. So stunning. You think 1.5 carats, again, I would keep using your engagement ring as a reference point. When you think about how much you may have paid for a 1/2 carat diamond ring.
Yes, exactly.
Just 1 stone. Just remind yourself of that and then check out these prices.
And they all have to be selected to match, and that's the key. You can't have one of those that's slightly greyer than the other one. I'm just going to grab hold of one of those because I can't help myself. But they all have to absolutely have the same colour, the same clarity. They've all got to be cut identically. And of course, don't forget, you're working with 2 different things here. Not only do you have a really difficult setting, that channel setting, so there's no claws, it's nice and smooth to the touch, so it's great to wear if you've got quite an active lifestyle. But then they've also got to set those stones on that curve. So there's lots of different dynamics to ensure you don't have any spaces or any gaps between those stones, because if you do, they're going to wriggle and jiggle and you do not want that. So every single one of those stones has been hand set perfectly to give you that it's almost like liquid. It's so fluid and organic as that melts its way.
Piano keys as well. It's just got this very lovely, the way that each of the stones bounces light from the ones
it's kind of fluttering its eyelashes at you, isn't it? Every single one of those stones is kind of fluttering and having its moment.
And these are forever, don't forget as well. Diamonds are forever. These are not just for your generation, for our generation. I love the idea that if I'm buying something like this, my daughter will wear it knowing that I wore it in my lifetime. And then maybe one day she will have children who will enjoy this piece.
And it's all about those memories, isn't it? You're starting that with this particular piece of jewellery. You're bringing this into what will be your legacy, your heirloom collection. And it's going to have those stories when you pass it down, as you said, to your daughter. She'll remember the moments that you wore it or the moment you received it, and it becomes so personal. I will say on resizing, this is one that won't resize because of that channel setting, because of the complexities in that. So get the size that you need, or maybe again think about a different finger potentially. And a lot of people like to wear this particular style around the neckline as well. So if there's a time where you can't wear that potentially on your finger, you can pop that perhaps around your neck on a chain as well. But beautiful against the yellow or the white gold.
Absolutely lovely, but it is about to sell out, and no wonder, because you've got £800 off. Oh, I do like it when the maths are as easy as that. Why can't everything end in a zero? It would make my life a lot easier. Now, moving on. This is sensational. We showed this to you for how long? 20 seconds, and it's sold out. It is now available on advanced orders, and it's going to come out to you the week commencing the 6th of October. Do you know, I'm so distracted as I'm trying to, my brain's trying to use the words, but my eyes, they're just drawing this in, taking it all in, and 6 easy payments. This is breathtaking.
It's so stunning, isn't it? A real iconic feel to this one as well, as we kind of celebrate that circle of life. That's really what we look at straight away, almost like a wreath of diamonds. But they're not one single stones. Every single diamond that you can see in here has a halo really framing every single one of them. So there's a huge amount of stones actually here that have been put together to create this design. It does come on the chain, for those of you wondering, because that is a pretty special price point. So it does come on the 9-carat gold chain. But you can see there the actual bail. If I flip that over, it's what I call an invisibail. You can't see it, it's hidden behind that particular design. So it actually looks like it's just floating beautifully on the neckline. And those melee-sized diamonds, that's what we call the smaller ones. Every single one of those is under 1 millimetre. They're all still faceted. Now, they won't have the volume of facets like a larger round brilliant cut, sort of 57, 58, but they will have those facets in there, so the light does still have something to bounce and reflect off, which not everybody does, just so you know, but I can guarantee you're getting it on this particular pendant. Plus, of course, with your Firelight collection, you do get your certificate of authenticity.
And of course, all of them come in these beautiful boxes.
They do. They're really beautifully gift boxed. So if you are thinking of, even but just for yourself, it's such a difference having them presented to you like that. But just so you know, a lot of the pieces will come to you actually in a little plastic pouch. So if you are thinking of gifting it or sending it to somebody, it won't come beautifully set out in the actual jewellery box. You'll need to sort of take it out of the plastic pouch yourself.
That's just because
and set it up.
It's been looked after.
Yeah, it's to protect it when it's being transported.
And when we look at white diamonds as well, let's just remember, not only are they forever in terms of being the hardest gemstone known to man, but also they are forever in terms of their style. The style is enduring.
Yes.
But on top of that, being white, brilliant white diamonds, they're going to go with everything. They look beautiful with the white that we're seeing there, but it doesn't matter if you've got prints, multicoloured patterned dresses, outfits, doesn't matter what your style is, these are going to look incredible. £699 for 1 full carat of real diamonds of this calibre as well. That can't be overstated. We're not talking about 1 carat of diamonds that are okay, or maybe the bottom of the pile that was available. No, we're talking about the best that we could do for you, which is sensational. Ah, it's so wonderful. Even from behind here, I can see the light shining through the gallery, and we're looking at the back of the earrings, and we can see almost like little fireworks going off.
Yes, which is a testimony again to the quality of those stones. You can see all of those flashes, a very open gallery, which is lovely. It works particularly well with this style, actually. Plus the lever arch back fastening, which so many of us love. They're so super comfortable to wear them. And although they won't be quite like that, these will tilt forward a little bit in your ear. It's just the way that those stones have been weighted, and it adds a little sort of quirky dimension to them.
Certainly doesn't affect their sparkle, does it?
No, it doesn't, absolutely not. And when you think those 3 carats, this is a huge carat weight again, 3 carats is only divided between those 4 stones.
Yeah, it's not like 400 tiny stones making up the carat weight.
And most of which is coming from those 2 larger stones, which I would guesstimate, I haven't got that, I think are over got to be over 6 mil just for those 2. And look at the incredible quality that you're getting on those. I mean, the faceting in there is unbelievably beautiful, and you can see it's like a kaleidoscope of colours. I don't know if you remember kaleidoscopes when you were younger and used to sort of twist them, the mesmerising all the different colours that you saw.
I actually sometimes watch videos on YouTube where they have kaleidoscope effects. Or it's not like I sit and watch them mesmerised, but they're really nice to have on. As you know, like some people have like a fish tank. I often have little videos on YouTube like medieval music and things like that. that?
Wow, I want to come to your
It's
house.
really enjoyable. Anyway, sorry, I've digressed a little bit here. I can't remember what we were talking about.
We were talking about kaleidoscopes and it sent you down the rabbit hole, but it was wonderful.
Lovely,
But it was also good because it gave me a chance to check on the screen. Because of the way that these have been set, I had to double check that they weren't a cushion shape because they look slightly squared at the corners. They don't